right now. Don't move past this moment. Don't check your notifications. Don't let your mind drift somewhere else for even a second, because this is not an accident. You did not click on this message by coincidence. Out of millions of videos, millions of voices, millions of distractions, somehow you ended up here, reading these exact words at this exact moment. Heaven saw that. Heaven arranged that. And deep in your spirit, you already know something about this feels different. Something inside you paused because your soul recognized this moment before your mind could explain it. Chosen one, you were summoned here. God did not bring you here to entertain you. He brought you here because He needs to speak to you before your next season begins. There is something you have been carrying in silence, something nobody fully understands, and heaven is saying, enough hiding, enough pretending to be strong. We need to talk. Stay here. Don't scroll away now, because the next few moments could change everything. God sees the exhaustion you hide behind your smile. He sees the nights you cried without telling anyone. He sees the confusion, the pressure, the loneliness, and the battles happening inside your mind. And today, He interrupted your scrolling to remind you that you are not forgotten. Before we go any deeper, type, "I was summoned" in the comments. This is your confirmation that you know this message was meant for you. Chosen one, listen carefully. God interrupted your scrolling for a reason. You didn't find this video accidentally, and you were not drawn here by chance. Out of every message you could have seen today, heaven guided you to this one because there is something your spirit needs to hear right now. This is bigger than coincidence. This is a divine conversation that has been waiting for you for years. There were moments when God stayed silent and watched you struggle, moments when you felt abandoned, confused, and emotionally exhausted. But heaven says the silence was never rejection. It was preparation. And now the waiting is over. God is speaking directly to you in this moment because your soul is finally ready to receive what your heart could not understand before. Do not leave now. Stay here. The enemy wants distraction because distraction breaks spiritual focus. But this message is coded for your spirit. Every word is touching places inside you that nobody else can see. God knows the burden you carry in private. He knows the questions you are afraid to ask. He knows how tired you are from pretending to be okay. If you feel something pulling at your heart right now, type, "I was summoned" in the comments. And if you are ready to hear what God is about to reveal next, type, "I am listening." Heaven is waiting for your response. Chosen one, God is asking me to speak to the part of you that nobody else sees. The part that smiles in public but falls apart in silence. The part that keeps saying, "I'm okay," while carrying exhaustion so deep you don't even remember what true peace feels like anymore. People around you saw your strength, but heaven saw your suffering. People saw your smile, but heaven saw your pain. God saw every silent tear you wiped away when nobody was around to comfort you. You carried battles nobody knew about. You fought wars inside your mind while still trying to show up for everyone else. You stayed strong for people who never realized how close you were to breaking. And the hardest part was not the pain itself. The hardest part was feeling misunderstood while carrying it. Feeling like nobody truly heard you. Feeling like you had to explain your sadness to people who could never understand the weight on your spirit. God says He saw the nights you cried yourself to sleep. He saw the betrayal you never fully healed from. He saw how rejection changed the way you trust people. He saw how disappointment made you question your worth. And He saw the moments you felt completely alone, even in rooms full of people. There were times you felt abandoned, forgotten, emotionally drained, and spiritually exhausted. Times you prayed, but heard nothing back. Times you begged heaven for a sign while pretending during the day that everything was fine. But God says, your silence never fooled heaven. He saw the hidden pain you buried deep because you were tired of explaining yourself. He saw how many times you almost gave up, but kept going anyway. He saw the pressure, the anxiety, the overthinking, the emotional heaviness you carried every single day. And while everyone else thought you were handling it well, heaven knew how tired your soul really was. Chosen one, this is why you feel so emotional hearing these words right now. Because your spirit recognizes truth. This message is touching wounds you tried to hide even from yourself. God is finally speaking to the broken places you kept covering with fake strength. And He wants you to know something clearly. You were never weak for feeling this pain. You were human. You were carrying more than most people could survive. Yet somehow, despite everything, you are still here, still standing, still breathing, still searching for God even after all the hurt. And heaven says, that matters more than you know. Chosen one, hear this clearly, because this may be the part your soul has needed most. God was not punishing you, He was preparing you. Everything you went through had a purpose greater than the pain you felt while living through it. The confusion you carried was not proof that your life was falling apart. It was transition. Heaven was shifting you out of old environments, old mindsets, and old versions of yourself that could not follow you into your next season. That loneliness you felt was not abandonment. It was separation for elevation. God had to remove certain people, certain distractions, and certain attachments because they could not go where He is taking you. You kept asking why some relationships suddenly changed, why people became distant, why you felt disconnected from places that once felt familiar. But heaven says your spirit outgrew environments your soul once settled for. You were changing internally faster than your external life could keep up with. And the pain you carried was not meaningless. It was refinement. Every betrayal taught you discernment. Every disappointment taught you dependence on God instead of people. Every closed door protected you from paths that would have destroyed your peace. Every delay was preparation. While you thought heaven was ignoring you, God was building strength inside you that could only be developed through waiting. Chosen one, your spirit is evolving. That heaviness you felt was not the end of you. It was the pressure of transformation. Just like gold must go through fire before it shines, your soul had to go through seasons that purified your heart, sharpened your wisdom, and awakened your spirit. You thought you were breaking, but in reality, you were becoming. God says, the version of you that existed before this season could not carry the calling attached to your future. That is why the process felt painful. Heaven was stretching your capacity. Heaven was teaching you how to survive storms without losing your faith. And even now, in moments where you still feel uncertain, something inside you is stronger than before, wiser than before, more spiritually aware than before. You are not lost, chosen one. You are transforming. The suffering did not destroy your destiny. It revealed it. And one day you will look back at this painful season and realize God was guiding you the entire time, even when you thought He was silent. Chosen one, there is a reason your journey has never looked like everyone else's. There is a reason you have always felt different, even when you tried your hardest to fit in. God separated you for a reason. While others were chasing comfort, popularity, and temporary validation, heaven was allowing you to walk through seasons that would build depth, wisdom, discernment, and spiritual strength. You were never ordinary, and that is why ordinary paths never satisfied your soul. You survived what should have destroyed you. There were moments when the pressure was so heavy you thought you would never recover. Moments when betrayal almost closed your heart forever. Moments when exhaustion made you question whether you could keep going. Yet somehow, despite everything stacked against you, You are still standing here today. That is not luck. That is grace. That is proof that God's hand has been covering your life, even during seasons where you felt abandoned. You passed tests you didn't even know were tests. Heaven watched how you handled heartbreak. Heaven watched how you treated people while carrying pain. Heaven watched you continue moving forward, even when nobody encouraged you. And every silent battle you survived was shaping your spirit for something greater than you can currently see. Chosen one, stop doubting yourself, because your survival alone is evidence that you are marked for purpose. Most people would have collapsed under the weight you carried, but God placed something different inside you. Something resilient, something chosen, something eternal. If you feel God confirming this in your spirit right now, type "God sees me" in the comments. And if you are ready to fully accept who God is calling you to become, type "I receive." Heaven wants you to stop seeing yourself through the lens of your pain and start seeing yourself through the eyes of your calling. Chosen one, hear this with your spirit, not just your ears. The season you cried through is not the season you will stay in. God says the atmosphere around your life is beginning to shift. What felt delayed for so long is suddenly about to move. What is coming will be fast, faster than you expect, faster than the people around you can understand. Heaven is aligning things behind the scenes while you are still trying to recover from the battles you already survived. Doors are about to open that no person can shut. Connections are about to appear that carry divine purpose. God is sending people into your life who will recognize your value instead of draining your energy. The loneliness you endured is making room for alignment. The rejection you experienced was clearing space for the right relationships, the right opportunities, and the right season. Blessings are being released. Prayers you whispered years ago are still alive in heaven. God did not forget the nights you begged him for breakthrough. He did not ignore the tears, the fasting, the waiting, or the silent conversations you had with him when nobody else was around. Heaven heard every word. And now movement is beginning. Chosen one, healing is unfolding inside you, even if you cannot fully feel it yet. The pain that once controlled your emotions is losing its power. The fear that kept you stuck is breaking. The confusion that clouded your direction is lifting. God is restoring parts of you that life tried to destroy. Your peace is returning. Your confidence is returning. Your joy is returning. Even your ability to dream again is returning. And for some of you, financial breakthrough is closer than you realize. Unexpected opportunities, new ideas, open doors, and sudden provision are beginning to align. God says the struggle will not define your entire story. This next chapter will look different. The waiting season taught you endurance, but the coming season will reveal reward. Sudden change is coming. One phone call, one opportunity, one divine connection, one moment can shift everything. That is why heaven has been preparing your spirit first. Because when these blessings arrive, you must be ready to walk through the doors God opens without fear. If you feel hope rising inside your spirit right now, that is not emotion alone, that is confirmation. Heaven is reminding you that your story is not ending in pain. It is unfolding into purpose, elevation, restoration, and answered prayers. Chosen one, do not skip this next part, because what God is about to reveal may be the missing piece you have been searching for. Stay here for a few more moments. Don't let distraction steal this word from your spirit. This is the key to your next season, and heaven is asking you to remain focused long enough to fully receive it. Right now, many people will click away. Many people will return to distractions, fear, overthinking, and noise. But the fact that you are still here means something deeper is happening. God is holding your attention for a reason. There is a breakthrough connected to your obedience in this moment. If you leave now, you miss what God is saying. Chosen one, your next season cannot be entered with the same mindset that survived the last one. Heaven is trying to prepare your heart before the doors open. That is why this message feels so personal. God is not just encouraging you, He is positioning you. Stay until the end, because the next words are meant to unlock clarity, peace, and confirmation for the season that is about to begin in your life. Chosen one, if this message touched your spirit in any way, don't stay silent. Type Amen in the comments right now as a sign that you receive what God is speaking over your life today. Let heaven know that your heart is open and your spirit is listening. Your agreement matters more than you realize. And take 1 second to like this video as agreement, not for popularity, not for an algorithm, but as a declaration that you believe God brought you here for a reason. Every act of faith creates movement in the spirit. Also, share this message with someone carrying silent pain, someone smiling on the outside while fighting battles nobody sees. You never know who is waiting for a word from heaven tonight. And if you want to continue receiving these divine conversations, subscribe now. This channel is for chosen ones who are ready to hear what God is saying in this season of their life. Chosen one, if you truly feel God speaking to you through these messages, then I want to invite you deeper. There is a private spiritual community created specifically for people like you, people carrying questions, battles, prayers, and callings that cannot always be discussed publicly. This is a sacred space where we continue the conversations heaven started here. Inside, you will receive prophetic guidance for the season you are walking through, exclusive messages not shared publicly, deeper spiritual conversations, and prayer support for the burdens you have been carrying in silence. You will not walk alone anymore. You will be surrounded by people who understand spiritual warfare, transformation, healing, and divine purpose. The link is waiting for you below. If your spirit feels called, this may be your confirmation to step into the next level of your journey with God. Chosen one, before you leave, remember this truth deep in your spirit. God is not silent. Even in the seasons where heaven felt quiet, He was still watching, still guiding, still protecting you in ways you could not see. And God is not disappointed in you. Your struggles did not cancel your purpose. Your pain did not remove your calling. This conversation is not over. Heaven summoned you here for a reason, and something inside you was meant to awaken through these words today. So stay connected. Come back to these messages whenever your spirit feels tired or discouraged. And if this word touched your heart, leave an amen below, subscribe, and continue this journey with us.